Hello everybody and welcome to my Luigi's Mansion tool-assisted speedrun for the any% no out-of-bounds category. This run starts from a save file that already completed the game once, so that I can use the hidden mansion mode which gives Luigi a more powerful vacuum and skips a tutorial level. To start off the run, I head to the parlor and use my vacuum to take out the candles. The portraits begin to talk about how ghosts will now come after Luigi, just like they did with Little Red Cap before him, which we can easily assume is Mario. If you aren't familiar with what a tool-assisted speedrun is, I'd suggest go checking out tasvideos.org for more information. Essentially, I can play the game on my computer through an emulator, slow it down, and use save states, which can be reloaded at any time, to redo sections of the game and fix mistakes. This creates a theoretically perfect run. The first gold ghost appears, and we see the main mechanic of the game, using Luigi's vacuum to suck up ghosts. This is done by pulling out the vacuum, and then pointing either the main stick or the C stick in the opposite direction of the ghost to deduct health. You can't face a ghost spawn position, or else it won't spawn. So right before each ghost spawns, I turn towards it so that my flashlight stuns each ghost as soon as possible. When a ghost loses all its health, there are two animations that can occur as it enters the vacuum, a wave and a twirl. A twirl is faster, so you'll see that manipulated more often than a wave. It's based purely on RNG, which stands for Random Number Generator. RNG is responsible for determining random events to occur in this game, such as suck-up animations as well as boost spawn positions, which we'll see later in Area 2. This is the Purple Puncher, and they have twice as much health as a Gold Ghost. You can deal 10 damage before the rate of damage decreases, so after dealing 10 damage, I can let go of my main stick and or C stick for 1 frame, and then pull away again for the next 10 damage. As you can see, if you have more than one ghost, you can line them up near each other and deal damage to both. For the second double, I cause the purple ghost to do a wave. Having a ghost enter the vacuum approximately 15 frames after a previous ghost causes a pushback animation cancel, so I regain control of Luigi sooner. I focus on sucking up the ghost in the middle of the room as opposed to the one in the wardrobe, because I can get the gold ghost from the wardrobe before the next set of ghosts spawns. These garbage can ghosts don't have a hitbox, meaning Luigi won't take damage if he pushes them. I push the garbage can ghosts near the gold ghosts for a double. I get a key for completing the wardrobe room, which unlocks the left door in the main foyer. A little more about the run. You'll notice that I avoid coins and pearls. This is because, at the end of each area, the game counts up your money. Therefore, it's fastest to not have any money, so the game never has to count up your money. I found it fairly easy to manipulate the pearls and money so that I don't pick them up without wasting any time. To give you a bit of a perspective, I started working on this at the beginning of August, and I didn't finish it until early November, which is about a 3-month span. This is Neville. I have to face away from him for a certain amount of time until his heart shows. Since I have my vacuum out, it will immediately latch onto him once he becomes vulnerable. At this point, you can see how I have to multi-manage dealing damage constantly to Neville, while also avoiding all the pearls scattered across the ground. This key unlocks Lydia's room, which is all the way to the left. It's okay that I picked up a coin here. I can get hit during the upcoming boss fight and lose the coin without wasting any time. I open the curtains, which causes Lydia to become vulnerable, and I can start sucking her up. Once again, I make sure I deal 10 damage, let go of my main stick, and then pull away again to deal 10 more damage. This key will unlock Chauncey's room, allowing me to access the Area 1 boss. To trigger the beginning of the boss fight, I have to rock Chauncey's rocking horse and shoot the ball at him. Just like in the hallway, it's okay that I picked up a few coins, because I can just get hit and lose them in the battle. Unlike coins, I can't get rid of pearls, so those are the most important things to avoid. First, I have to go all the way to the right for Chauncey's rocking horse to hit me. After a certain amount of time, I start moving left. If I were to move sooner, the rocking chair wouldn't detect me being in front of it, so it wouldn't shoot out as fast, delaying the rest of the boss fight. I do the same on the left side. I position myself so that my vacuum can grab the ball from the air and release it quickly at Chauncey. I take him down to 50 HP. Any lower and he'll shoot out 3 rocking chairs as opposed to 2, which would take longer. At this point, I won't lose time if I get hit, so I use this opportunity to lose a couple coins. I get hit by the left rocking chair, then knock on the crib to extend my invulnerability frames, which arose as a result of taking damage. Because I'm invulnerable, I can come into contact with a falling ball and grab it, whereas I normally wouldn't be able to. I release it quickly and defeat Chauncey, thus ending Area 1. It's worth noting that there's an out-of-bounds glitch if you run behind the chest as it spawns. You can get pushed into the hallway ceiling and maneuver yourself to King Boo's lair. That's a whole other category, which shortens the game down to about 8 minutes. Because I skipped money, there's only one frame where the game has the money tally on screen. Now that we got the key from Chauncey, we can access the first floor hallway. I make my way back to the bathroom in order to get the key to the ballroom. These ghosts are called grabbers. They'll latch onto Luigi if you get too close to them. I get them close enough to each other to set up a double. One of the most difficult aspects of optimization in this game was setting up doubles as quickly as possible. If a ghost is too far away, we'll get unstunned from my flashlight and disappear. Another small detail about doubles. If you suck up 2 ghosts on the same frame, they will always have different animations. In order to make both twirl, I have to deal damage to only one of the ghosts for one frame, and then return to dealing damage to both simultaneously. This way, one ghost is captured a frame before the other. I get hit by the first set of Shy Guys. By getting hit, they'll start walking towards Luigi, which lets me lure them to the right. I push the Shy Guys on the right into a cluster, face left, vacuum the masks off, and suck them up. These portrait ghosts are called the Whirlindas. Randomly, they can become vulnerable earlier than normally possible, so I manipulated RNG by moving a certain way with Luigi. The key I get as a result of sucking up the Whirlindas unlocks a storage room, which is right behind this room. After sucking up the first ghost, I move to the upper left part of the room, face left, and pull my vacuum up slightly. My vacuum current reaches far enough to pull off a poster that's covering a button I'll need to press. I manipulate the purple puncher to do a wave so that Luigi's pushback animation cancels out, meaning that I can push the button here earlier. I release the boos, which escaped to different parts of the mansion. Luigi will now have to search for them throughout his journey to rescue Mario. You'll now begin to see a lot of RNG manipulation that I had to deal with. In any given room with a boo in it, the boo can spawn in several different places. Their spawn position is determined usually 2 rooms away, with some special exceptions. Once I return to the foyer, I head back upstairs to capture the boos in the parlor and the anteroom. I manipulate the parlor boo to appear in the right drawer so it spawns before I leave the room. Since I left the room, I can manipulate the parlor boo to fly into the anteroom as I spawn the next boo from the middle drawer. I chose the middle drawer because it is the closest to the set position that the boo will fly to before talking. Since the parlor boo flew in here, I can get them close enough to set up a double. Sucking up boos works a bit differently compared to regular ghosts. I don't have to let go every 10 damage for them, but there's an extra technique for dealing with boos with extra health, which I'll explain later. Next I manipulate the wardrobe boo to appear on the shoe rack. Once the boo gets sucked up, I take the mirror back to the foyer. Anytime you look at a mirror with the Game Boy Horror by pressing X, Luigi will be transported to the main foyer, which can save time over walking across long distances. I head back to the ballroom to capture the next 2 boos. I need to capture a minimum of 5 boos in order to access a room to get the next key. I spawn the ballroom boo as I enter the storage room. I have to pass through the ballroom on the way out, so I'll let that boo stay in the room. In the storage room, I manipulate the boo to be in the first crate so I can knock on it instead of vacuuming it, which takes longer. After capturing that boo, I walk out into the ballroom and capture that boo as I make my way to the door. Since I now have 5 boos, I can head to the back of the hallway and enter the bathroom and grab the key from the toilet. This will unlock the fortune teller's room, which I will use to access the mirror room. It's fastest to take the mirror back to the foyer and walk to the fortune teller room. Inside the mirror room, the ghosts are invisible and can only be seen in the mirror. The first 2 ghosts spawn by themselves, so I can just focus on sucking them up individually. Optimizing doubles in this room was definitely a challenge, because I could only see the ghosts in the foreground when my flashlight stuns them. Once I suck them up, I spawn the boo from the drawers. Shortly after, I open up the chest that contains the fire element while manipulating the boo to stay in the room. After opening the chest, I bring the boo to the right and suck up the fire element right after the boo gets sucked up. Because the game prioritizes EGAD talking, Luigi holds the element in his hand, which looks pretty funny. Since the game currently thinks I have the element, even though the cutscene that occurs after it hasn't happened quite yet, the fire spawns from the torch early. I quickly suck up the fire and light up the torches as I make my way left towards the door. I light up the torches in the fortune teller room in order to get the key for the laundry room, which I'll head to in a bit. Right before I go to the laundry room, I go to the back of the hallway where Shivers, the butler, is walking. Using my newly acquired fire element, I light up his candles, which causes him to start walking towards the butler's room, which is past the laundry room. He won't become vulnerable until a certain time, so I can complete the laundry room first. I vacuum the washer, causing Mario's hat to fly out. This is one of a few items Luigi will need to acquire in order to talk to the fortune teller later. Technically, I don't have to complete this room, but I want the laundry room boo to appear. Note that boos can only appear in lit rooms. I can jam this red grabber up against the wall, causing his suck-up animation to happen faster. Since I have to wait for the butler, this really doesn't save time, but looks pretty funny. Remember when I said boo spawn positions are usually determined 2 rooms away? This is one of those exceptions. I walk left and right in the laundry room before entering the butler room in order to manipulate the boo spawn position. I want him to appear in the cabinets so I can vacuum the cabinets while grabbing the key. Just like in the parlor and anteroom, I spawn the boo from the butler room and manipulate it to enter the laundry room. I set these two boos up for a double and utilize what's called a tech skip. You can see I'm vacuuming up the cloth hanging from the shelf as well. If I suck up the boos completely and then have the cloth enter my vacuum, the game thinks that I only vacuumed up the cloth just now. This skips EGAD talking about the boos Luigi just captured. I head to the conservatory and tap on each instrument. This causes Melody, the portrait ghost, to appear. Afterwards, she will play one of two songs, the underwater theme from Super Mario Bros. Or Athletic from Super Mario Bros. 3. It's a few frames faster to get the underwater theme song, which is determined by RNG. Luigi proceeds to burn her sheet music that she sends out of her piano, causing her to become vulnerable. I manipulate the boo to appear from the piano, so I can spawn the boo and then open the chest. I suck up the boo and then cause the key to come further left. With this key, we can head to the kitchen to obtain our next element. That trick is what I call L canceling. When Luigi enters a dark room from a lit room, he has to pull out his flashlight. To skip that animation, I can hold down L slightly, and then push L all the way down, causing Luigi to instantly shoot a fireball, for example. This allows him to move instantly instead of standing still normally. Inside the fridge is a flash ghost. Its heart is protected by ice, so Luigi must first use his fire element to melt the ice. When I pick up the water element, I get as close to the sink as possible. Just like in the mirror room, because I'm close enough to the sink, water will spawn while EGAD talks about the water element. I L-cancel as I approach the doghouse. I have the dog charge at me 3 times. I have to stay close to him before he charges, so that he doesn't walk before charging. On the 3rd time, I get hit by him, but quickly shake him off at a certain position. Because he's at this position, his heart shows immediately after sucking up Mr. Bones. After taking out the dog, I press left to begin facing the doghouse, and then press up and X on the same frame. In doing so, this causes the Game Boy horror view to immediately point towards the direction of the doghouse. I push the skeletons close enough to get a triple. All that's left of this area is the Bogmire fight. Wait, why does Luigi have his vacuum out already? Upon entering the fight, you can actually hold R and Luigi will take out his vacuum before the fight even starts. I utilized this so I could manipulate the spawn position of Bogmire. I want him to be as close as possible. In addition to taking out your vacuum, you can also face different directions. Based off of the current RNG, holding down, left, and R made Bogmire spawn as close as possible to me. It saves time to cool off the door now compared to later, because there is a long period of time in between shooting water at the door and when you are able to open it. I vacuum up a black Bogmire and shoot it at Bogmire, causing him to become vulnerable. At the end of the battle, there's a 1-frame window where I can press X and switch to the Game Boy horror display. It makes for a funny end to this fight. With this key, we'll be able to access the courtyard and the rest of the 2nd floor. I start off Area 3 by making my way to the courtyard behind the mansion. I'll need water a bit later, so I grab it now. I move in such a way that I fall down instantly, avoiding the ladder, which would take longer. Luigi peers into the hole in the wall and finds Mario stuck in a painting frame. I quickly suck up this ghost and retrieve the key that will unlock the gym. I L-cancel as I approach the birdhouse. I knock on it and retrieve Mario's letter, the second of 5 items I will need when I talk to the fortune teller. I L-cancel again and hold out my vacuum out for a tiny bit to manipulate a ghost to not spawn and spook Luigi. In the workout room, I have to run on the treadmill. It's actually faster to move back and forth every frame as opposed to just holding left for some reason. With this key, I can access the tea room. I can shoot my water on the first floor up towards the burning door above. The water's hitbox extends far up enough to cool down the door. It finishes cooling off right when I reach it. I utilize a newly found strategy called scare skipping. If you press X to open up the Game Boy Horror before a ghost spawns, and then press B after it spawns, Luigi can skip his scared animation, allowing him to move around as the ghost spawns. I've retrieved the ice element. I manipulated the Boo to appear in the front chair, but I can't spawn it right now. The Boo can move around while EGAD talks about the element, giving it enough time to leave the room. Instead, I have to spawn it afterwards. Once I spawn the Boo, I make ice appear, suck it up while sucking up the Boo, and also pull off the tablecloth, causing a text skip. This was incredibly precise and very hard to pull off. I make my way towards the second floor bathroom where I find Petunia. I pull back the shower curtain and freeze her, causing her to become vulnerable. I quickly suck her up and retrieve the key to Nana's room. In order to make Nana vulnerable, I have to shoot 3 yarn balls at her. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Knocking on the table with my vacuum at a certain angle can cause the balls to quickly shoot out at her. I manipulate the Boo to spawn in the table and knock on it while picking up the key. This key will unlock the Astral hall, which is down the hallway to the right. On my way I grab fire. I'll need this in order to make the ghost spawn in the Astral hall. I quickly twirl around and light up all the candles. I suck off the Shy Guy's mask and lure the golden ghost over to set up a double. I do the same with the next 2 ghosts. I delay sucking off the Shy Guy's mask until the red Shy Guy comes closer. If I sucked it off sooner, the green Shy Guy would disappear before I can set up the triple. I manipulate the Boo to spawn from the left candles and suck him up as I make my way to the right door. This part of the run is called Moonshot. It's actually pretty difficult to aim the meteor at the moon in real time. I quickly release the meteor and blow up the moon. I approach the star from the left and use my vacuum to bring it closer to me as I walk left. Next I'll need to head to the projector room, which is on the first floor. I twirl a specific way in the hallway to manipulate the next boo's spawn position. It's a few frames faster to use my vacuum to turn on the projector as opposed to knocking on the table. After sucking up the boo, I take the pool room mirror back to the foyer. Next I'll need to get a few boos on the left side of the second floor, starting with Neville's room. The moment I walk into the left hallway, all the boo spawn positions for Neville's room, the twins' room, Chauncey's room, and Lydia's room are finalized. So I moved a specific way before entering the hallway to manipulate their spawns. After 15 boos, EGAD's text that appears after sucking up a boo can vary, so I'll have to use RNG manipulation from here on out to limit how much he talks. In the twins' room, I quickly twirl the helicopters and move away towards the door. Doing so did not make the twins spawn any slower. I manipulated them to be in the closest boxes to the door. Then I set them up for a double and take them both out. Because of my movement before entering the hallway, the boo spawns by the dartboard, allowing me to spawn the boo, pick up Mario's shoe, and then suck up the boo. The boo spawns from the table. It would be fastest to spawn from the heart-shaped picture frame behind the chest, but manipulating RNG accordingly would have wasted more frames in the foyer, balancing out any time saved. In Lydia's room, I begin to suck off the bed sheets as I open up the left drawer. This will set me up for a tech skip. After sucking up the boo, I move left and suck up the bed sheets, and then I take the mirror back to the foyer. From here, I need to go talk to Madame Clairvoya, the fortune teller. Now that we defeated the fortune teller, we can get the key for the safari room on the 3rd floor. I spawned the boo from the left drawer so I could open the chest, then spawn the boo, and then grab the key. After sucking up the boo, I head up to the 3rd floor. On my way, I need to grab ice in order to make one of the safari room ghosts vulnerable. I quickly shoot ice at the blue blaze ghost, which has a protective layer of water over its heart. Now that it's vulnerable, I suck it up. I can jam it against the wall to make the suck up animation quicker. I do the same with the second ghost. I set up a triple by delaying the spawn of the 2 right ghosts. I push the left garbage ghost to the right, shoot ice at the blue blaze ghost, push the right garbage ghost to the left, stun all 3 ghosts, and suck them all up. The boo spawns from the right table. This way, I can suck up the boo and drag the key close to the left door. This is the Basus Area 3 boss fight. I quickly lower Basus towards the statue, causing it to split apart into 15 boos. I quickly move away from them. This way, they will come closer to each other. When they get close enough together, I shoot ice at them, freezing them all, and then suck them all up. This ends the second to last area of the game. To start off Area 4, I head back up to the room where I fought Basus in. With the key that I got at the end of the Basus fight, I can unlock the left door. In doing so, lightning strikes the mansion and causes a blackout. I'll need to head down to the basement's breaker room to turn the power back on. I move in such a way that I avoid being stunned by the spawning ghosts. Before heading to the basement, I need to head to the wardrobe room and fight Grimly. He will give us the key that lets us access the breaker room. There are a lot of ghosts that spawn in these rooms, as Area 4 is intended to be more difficult than the previous areas. Therefore, scare skipping helps save a ton of time. Inside the breaker room, the boo spawns from the right. This boo is difficult to suck up without having it go into the other room. I cause it to shoot to the right after Luigi, and deal damage without it leaving the room. Like I mentioned earlier, you can art pump boos to cause them to stay still. Boos cackle after losing 10 health if they aren't moving. They can only cackle 15 times before they gain full control and leave the room no matter what. Having him shoot to the right lets me deal more damage before the 15 cackles are up. I head to the dust room and get a double off of the purple punchers. I spawn the boo from the middle because it is the closest to the set position that the boo moves to after spawning. I grab the key first, which will allow us to open the toy soldier's room. Inside the toy soldiers room, I knock on all the clocks, causing the toy soldiers to move. I make the red and blue soldiers vulnerable by sucking off their gears. I start sucking up the red one, go left to suck up the blue one, push them into the elevator, and start sucking up the green one. The doors to the elevator are normally closed, but the blue soldier was able to push them far back enough that I could ride the elevator up before the doors actually opened. On the roof, I quickly suck up the fire, scare Skip, and stun the Shy Guys with fire. This causes them to all go after Luigi. I suck all their masks off for the sex couple. I quickly shoot fire at the frozen purple punchers and set them up for a double as I make my way to the left. This key will give me access to the armory, which is next to the toy soldiers room. I pull out my vacuum for a bit to skip the ladder animation. Inside the armory, I spawn the garbage can ghost and the golden ghost and line them up for a double. I spawn the following 4 ghosts and line them all up for a quadruple. Afterwards, I spawn the boo. I suck it up while taking the cover off of the mirror. I get the key from the chest and take the mirror back to the foyer. This key will allow me to access the pipe room in the basement. Inside the pipe room, I line the 3 ghosts up for a triple, and spawn the boo from the left. While spawning it, I freeze the water. Once I suck up the ghost, I slide across the frozen water and close the pipe. After grabbing the key, I walk onto the wooden platform, then hold down, and then right. This limits the effect of sliding on the ice. Inside Weston's room, I grab some fire and light up the 2 fires. Once Weston's shield is melted, I suck him up. I open the key chest, spawn the boo, and grab the key. I lure the boo to the right and suck him up right next to the door. With this key, I'll be able to access Van Gore's room, which is next to the safari room on the 3rd floor. That's the last boo I need in order to reach King Boo. There are 10 more boos, but it's only required to suck up 40 of them. For each set of ghosts, I can suck them all up in one set. For the ceiling ghosts, I light them with fire, which is the quickest way to get rid of them. Van Gore becomes vulnerable, and I quickly suck him up. Afterwards, we receive the final key. This will allow us to enter King Boo's lair. I take the Safari Room mirror back to the foyer. For the start of the battle, I move Luigi far enough from Bowser that he shoots the mines at me. I suck them up and shoot them back at him, causing his head to fly off. I can take out King Boo in 2 cycles, so after he comes out for the second time, I take away all his health and suck him up, thus ending the final boss fight. RTA timing ended at when King Boo was sucked up, which was a 52 minutes and 34 second time. As of the time of upload, this beats the real-time attack world record by 5 minutes and 35 seconds.
Oh yeah. Omega, sosu, san, veggie, ororo, udo, pan. Oh yeah.
On the money tally screen, I will end up getting 5,000 gold because of picking up King Boo's crown, but that's unavoidable, so oh well. TAS timing ends on last input, which occurs on the save screen after the money tally. The official time is 54 minutes and 21.7 seconds.
Mario? Mamma mia. Oh,
Thank you guys so much for watching this. I put a lot of effort into creating the audio commentary. Hopefully you learned some more about the game, and maybe you even want to try speedrunning it now. Check out the speedrunning page at speedrun.com/lm. Until next time, see ya.